I am Michelle Whitman, an attorney with Danziger De Llano. For over 20 years, I've represented individuals diagnosed with mesothelioma, navigating both the medical and legal challenges they face. After decades of helping families through this devastating diagnosis, one thing remains constant. Our work brings families peace of mind, comfort, and justice. We help ensure the companies responsible for exposing people to asbestos are finally held accountable. We have recovered over $2 billion from mesothelioma victims, and our clients routinely recover over $1 million in individual cases. I wanted to share the story of a client who unfortunately was diagnosed with mesothelioma and had to hire a mesothelioma lawyer to recover compensation. Here is his story. He was born in 1938 in St. Louis, Missouri, an only child raised in a modest home built in the 1930s. His father worked for GE X-ray for more than 40 years, installing and servicing X-ray machines across the country. His mother worked for a family-owned lounge as a waitress. He grew up helping his father with home remodeling projects, including adding bedrooms and a bathroom to their house. These early renovation projects often involved cutting into old walls, handling insulation, and installing drywall, all high risk for asbestos exposure in structures built in that era. He graduated from Bishop DuBourg High School in 1956, attended St. Louis University and Washington University, and like many young men of his time, worked hard, helped his family, and embraced responsibility early in life. During summers in college, he worked at Chrysler in St. Louis, installing brakes on newly manufactured cars. Brake linings during that period routinely contained asbestos. As a young worker on an assembly line, he handled these products directly, often without any protective warnings. In 1958, he joined the Coast Guard, completing basic training at Great Lakes and advanced training in Groton, Connecticut. He later worked as a hospital corpsman in Miami and served aboard a cutter ship. Ships of that era, including medical stations and mechanical rooms, contained heavy asbestos insulation. While in the reserves, he worked as a policeman for St. Louis County and later for the city of Miami, spending years in older buildings with aging insulation, boilers, and floor tiles, all sources of exposure throughout the 1960s. His later career brought even more significant asbestos exposure. He worked at major hotels, first at the Sheraton Miami, then the Sheraton in Flagler Beach. But his highest risk occupational exposure occurred at the Holiday Inn in Knoxville, a hotel built in the 1950s. He oversaw maintenance, repairs, and remodeling for about a decade. This included converting the hotel from a 2-pipe to a 4-pipe system, disturbing asbestos-wrapped insulation, oversight during the boiler rebuild where asbestos lagging was exposed, remodeling 15 rooms per year, involving drywall replacement, insulation removal, patching ceilings, and fixing damaged wall systems from the original 1950s construction. Later, from 1982 to 1997, he worked as a regional director for Quality Inn, traveling across construction sites and overseeing large-scale remodels, often walking through demolition areas, old HVAC systems, and exposed insulation. Throughout his adult life, he also maintained and repaired his own vehicles, performing brake jobs on multiple cars he owned, further adding to his cumulative asbestos exposure. By 1997, after decades of hard work and dedication, he retired. In August 2019, at the age of 80, he began experiencing fatigue, shortness of breath, and side pain. On September 9, 2019, Dr. Carlos Martinez, a thoracic surgeon at Fort Sanders, performed a tissue biopsy. He was diagnosed with malignant mesothelioma. He was not a surgical candidate. His pulmonologist, Dr. Victor Salter, guided him through next steps and treatment options. Despite everything he had faced, the loss of multiple children, the challenges of aging, and the shock of his diagnosis, he remained strong, supported by his wife and daughter. When his family contacted Danziger De Llano, they were overwhelmed by medical appointments, uncertain next steps, and fear about the future. As one of the first attorneys clients speak with, my role is to listen. I guide them through reconstructing decades of work history, from brake installations at Chrysler to hotel renovations in Knoxville to construction oversight across Tennessee. Most clients are stunned to learn that products they worked with every day, brakes, insulation, drywall, boiler systems, contained asbestos. With him and his family, we walk step by step through pre-filing investigation, determining the best venue for his case, reviewing asbestos-containing products at every job, preparing for depositions and written discovery, explaining the differences between settlements, trials, and bankruptcy trust claims, discussing anticipated timelines based on his medical condition. I reassured him and his family that we work around treatment schedules, knowing mesothelioma patients have both good and hard days. Their health comes first, and our job is to shoulder the legal burdens so they can focus on each other. Families often ask what types of compensation are available in a mesothelioma case. At Danziger De Llano, we help clients recover money in 3 main ways: asbestos bankruptcy trusts, including the Johns Manville Trust, Owens Corning Fiberboard, W.R. Grace, Pittsburgh Corning, and the Babcock & Wilcox Trust. Claims against active corporations that continue to deny responsibility. Lawsuits filed to hold those companies fully accountable. Many clients begin receiving initial payments within as little as 90 days. Additional compensation continues as claims are processed and settled. All case reviews are free, confidential, and require no upfront fees. You pay nothing unless we recover for your family. His life was shaped by service, family, and decades of hard work. Mesothelioma should never have been part of his story, but we were honored to fight for him and his family. If you live in the state or city where he worked, served, or was diagnosed with mesothelioma, contact Danziger De Llano today. We'll fight for your family just as we fought for his.